I'm sorry, ma'am, but first class is reserved for our premium clients. The airline employee said, her tone flat, dismissive, her eyes scanning April's face as if searching for a reason to deny her existence. April Jackson, dressed in a sleek black turtleneck and tailored slacks, stood silently at the airport check-in counter. Her natural curls framed her face with elegant defiance. She wasn't loud. She didn't need to be. Behind her, a sea of travelers bustled by, completely unaware they were in the presence of one of the most powerful tech CEOs in the country. But the woman at the counter didn't see a powerhouse. She saw a black woman traveling alone. April felt the weight of the moment. Not because she was surprised, but because, despite everything she'd built, this still happened. And today she wouldn't let it slide. Today, silence would not be her weapon. It would be her strategy. You're watching Aura Tales, where resilience meets reality. If stories of quiet power and bold justice move you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The morning had started like any other. April's driver had picked her up in a black town car and escorted her to JFK. She had a speaking engagement in San Francisco, keynote speaker at the International Women in Tech Summit. Her face was on the billboards in the terminal. But inside, April was at peace. Quiet power had always been her strength. She believed in letting her work speak for itself. She approached the first-class counter with her carry-on and ID. The attendant, a middle-aged woman with a tight bun and sharper tongue, barely glanced at her before dismissing her. You're at the wrong line. Economy's that way, she said, gesturing without even making eye contact. April remained composed. I'm flying first class. April Jackson. Here's my ID. The attendant raised an eyebrow, scanning the ID, then the reservation. Her demeanor shifted, but only slightly. That's odd. The system says this ticket was purchased under corporate privileges. Maybe your employer made a mistake. April's smile was calm. Calculated. That's correct. My company did buy the ticket. I authorized it. The woman's brow furrowed. Right? And which company is that? April paused just long enough. JXN Technologies. The attendant blinked. That name was everywhere in tech right now, dominating headlines, disrupting AI, cybersecurity, cloud. But still she hesitated. I'll need to check with my supervisor. April stepped back, watching the woman scurry off. The tension in the air thickened. Not because April was nervous, because she was done letting this kind of thing slide. A few feet away, the check-in supervisor, a man in his 40s with a stiff posture and a rehearsed smile, walked over. He glanced at April as if she were a problem to be solved. Ma'am, is there an issue with your reservation? April handed him her ID and confirmation email. There shouldn't be. April Jackson. First class. Confirmation number's right there. He scanned it and nodded. Yes, the reservation checks out. But there seems to be a corporate verification tag on it. These tickets are flagged for executive-level clearance. And? She asked, folding her arms. He hesitated. Well, I just need to confirm you're authorized to travel under the JXN Technologies executive tier. April's lips curved into a slow smile. Would you ask the same of a white man in a Patagonia vest with a startup sticker on his laptop? The man flinched. A nearby couple glanced over. The room didn't stop, but the moment shifted. Still he pressed on. I'm just following procedure. No, April said, voice lower now, almost a whisper but far more powerful. You're following bias wrapped in protocol. He stiffened. I can't let you board until this is cleared. Then clear it, she said. Make the call. Find whoever you need to. But do it quickly. You're about 5 minutes away from making a very public mistake. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't threaten. She didn't need to. Because her silence wasn't passive. It was tactical. The supervisor, slightly rattled now, walked off toward the back office. Behind April, whispers began to ripple. A young man in line recognized her. Wait, is that April Jackson? He muttered to his partner, pulling out his phone. A ripple became a wave. April stood still, calm as ever. She'd built billion-dollar platforms on that kind of silence. She could hold it a few minutes longer. Minutes later, the supervisor returned. Only this time he wasn't alone. Behind him walked a sharply dressed woman in her 30s with a headset and a sense of urgency. Her name badge read, Airport Director. "Ms. Jackson," she said, almost breathless. Asterisk, "I am so sorry for the delay. We've confirmed everything. Please, allow me to personally escort you to your gate." Asterisk. April didn't move. Her eyes locked with the check-in woman's, the one who first dismissed her without a second glance. Asterisk, no apology from her? Asterisk, April asked quietly. The director hesitated. Asterisk, we will be addressing this internally. Asterisk, April shook her head. Asterisk, that's not accountability. That's convenience. Asterisk, the original attendant looked shaken now, her face flushed. But still she said nothing. I'm curious, April said, turning back to the supervisor. Asterisk, when you saw my name on the ticket, what did you assume? Asterisk, he stammered. Asterisk, I didn't assume anything. Asterisk, you assumed I didn't belong. That I was a mistake. An oversight. Asterisk, she turned to the crowd now. A few had gathered, filming. Others just listened, hushed. Asterisk, people like me, black women, are not anomalies in first class. We are not your exception to the rule. We are the rule. You just haven't updated your definitions. Asterisk, a woman behind her clapped softly. Then a man. Then more. The airport director cleared her throat. Asterisk, Ms. Jackson, please. Let me take you to the VIP lounge. Asterisk, April held her gaze for a beat. Then nodded. Asterisk, let's go. Asterisk, as she walked past the attendant, she paused, leaned in, and whispered, asterisk, next time, lead with respect. It's easier than cleaning up the fallout. Asterisk, the woman nodded, lips trembling. April didn't look back. At the VIP lounge entrance, a journalist from a tech blog who had recognized her earlier approached. Asterisk, Ms. Jackson, do you want to make a statement? Asterisk, April smiled. Asterisk, I already did. Asterisk, and with that she disappeared into the lounge, quiet, powerful, unforgettable. 30 minutes later, April was seated in her first-class suite, sipping sparkling water and reviewing her notes for the keynote. She wasn't angry. She was focused. She didn't need revenge. She needed change. And she knew exactly how to engineer it. By the time her plane landed in San Francisco, the incident was already trending. Hashtag April Jackson had gone viral. Not because she shouted. Not because she made a scene. But because she stood her ground with the kind of grace that demands reflection. An open letter she posted later that evening read, "To the woman who saw me as unworthy, I forgive you. But I won't forget. Because this isn't about me. It's about every little black girl who grows up thinking she has to scream to be heard. You don't. Sometimes the quietest voice shakes the most walls. Keep building. Keep flying. April Jackson." The post garnered over 2 million likes in 24 hours. And the airline? They issued a public apology, mandated anti-bias training across all customer service divisions, and offered April a lifetime membership in their elite program. She declined. Instead, she donated the equivalent membership fee to fund STEM scholarships for girls of color. Because real power, April knew, wasn't just about being heard. It was about opening doors for others to walk through. At Aura Tales, we believe in telling stories that shift the narrative. If April Jackson's journey moved you, like, share, and subscribe. Let's keep building a world where courage, quiet or loud, breaks barriers. Because the future isn't waiting for change, it's boarding first class.